Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Kitty and I'm here to give you the tools you need to become a consistent, efficient, conscious manifestor. In my previous videos, I gave an overview on different techniques that you can use to manifest. And if you've watched through all of those, you've decided on the technique that you want to apply to your life, and you're ready to go ahead and let your manifestations start rolling in. But they're not arriving, or they're taking a long time, or they sort of get here and then they kind of stop, or they get here and then disappear, or they get here and explode in your face spectacularly. So what gives? A very, very important part of manifesting what you want quickly is alignment. What is alignment exactly? Is it a concept like vibrations where you can't really measure it or quantify it or know if you're doing it right? When you're aligned with what you're trying to manifest, it just means that you are the version of yourself that is ready to receive it. Doing techniques like affirmations and visualizations is a very, very important part of it. But if you're like most of us out there, you've got a lot of crap going on in your head and it's running in the background, and you might not even be aware consciously that it's there. If you sit and affirm 100 times in a row with perfect conviction, my specific person loves me, but then the second you stop affirming it, in your brain starts running, why would they love me? I'm ugly, I'm unattractive, I need to lose weight, I don't have a good dress sense, I never have anything interesting to say, I'm really annoying actually, I don't know why people even want to be around me. Then you are not the version of the person that is ready to receive your specific person in the way that you want. With all of those automatic programs running in the background, you might not manifest them at all. It might take longer to manifest them. Or you might manifest them into your life and it might be great for a while, but then they'll start reflecting all of those negative thoughts right back to you. And that is not good. Most of us have this mental crud running in the background. For me, learning this was the missing piece back when I was diligently writing out my affirmations several times a day and getting what I was writing about, but not in the way that I intended. It was discovering what was running in my background programming that was really a game changer and allowed me to start manifesting the things that I wanted in the way that I wanted, and to be the person that I wanted to be to receive them. I'm not going to lie, doing this work can suck sometimes. It does involve uncovering things that you might not really want to consciously think about, but once you do come out the other side, it is so, so, so worth it. And I am going to issue a disclaimer right now. If you have mental crud going on because of serious traumatic things that have happened in your past, please go see a mental health professional and don't take the advice of somebody on YouTube. With that said, here is how to identify and reprogram your negative programming. All of us are programmed from birth. When we're children, we're programmed by adults and we trust them because they're grown-ups and we absorb what they say. Not all of their programming might be positive, and their not so positive program might not necessarily come from a malicious place. They might genuinely believe that they're helping you, but the end result is that we absorb all of these things and then we unconsciously take these beliefs with us into adulthood. You might have failed a math test in the 3rd grade and the teacher might have said to you, don't worry, not everybody is good at math. You might just not have a math brain. And then to this day, anytime you're presented with having to do anything with numbers, you freeze up. The good news is that once you identify these negative programs running in your background, you can begin to reprogram them. So what I want you to do for at least the next week is to start identifying when these negative programs start to pop up. The big ones that make you feel really bad, they're going to be easier to identify. But there's the sneakier little small ones that just kind of worm their way into your thoughts without you even realizing. Just notice when you start thinking about the things you want to achieve, the kind of life that you want to have, the kind of person that you want to be, what thoughts start coming up? Maybe you really want to drive a nice, expensive car, but every time you think about expensive cars, you go, ugh, only assholes drive those. Or maybe you want to manifest a tight-knit group of friends, but every time you think of friendship, you think, it's so hard to find people who are into the same things as me. Note all of these thoughts and write them down, even if it's uncomfortable to confront them, because that's very important for what happens next. I talked a little bit about neuroplasticity before. Basically, it means that our brains are constantly rewiring themselves as new information is presented or as new habits are strengthened. Your brain likes to be efficient, so if it feels that it's going to need to access certain information quicker, it makes those connections stronger. If you no longer have a habit or you no longer have a need for certain information, it hasn't been accessed for a while, it'll weaken those connections. Your brain values efficiency. So you can rewire your brain. This is not woo, this is actual proper science. So, how do we use this to our advantage? For every negative thought that comes up, you have to consistently and repeatedly feed your brain an opposing positive thought. Out of all the things that you can do to become better at consciously manifesting what you want, this is one of the most important, if not the most important. Because if you want to manifest a specific person, but you keep telling yourself that you're unlovable, how are you going to manifest that person? If you want to manifest a fancy car, but you keep saying that only assholes drive fancy cars, but you don't think you're an asshole, how is that car supposed to come into your life? How are you supposed to become ready to receive it? It can be really hard at first because we're not used to recognizing our automatic thoughts. They're automatic for a reason. It's our subconscious trying to just get us through the day the best way it knows how. Of course, like with absolutely everything else, it becomes easier with practice. And then it becomes like cleaning out all the old, worn-out clothes from your closet so you can reach in and easily just pick out the things that you want. I hope you've learned a little bit about the value of recognizing your automatic thoughts and challenging them when they don't suit what you're trying to do with your manifestations. If you have any questions or you'd like me to go into anything in more detail, please leave a comment below letting me know, and I'll be sure to include it in a future video. If you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe so that you'll be notified of any future videos that I put out. Happy to be a part of your manifesting journey, and remember, whatever it is that you want to manifest, it's all in your mind.